Very good Sunday morning, NFL week number 4, another Right Angle Sports release show here on covers.com, and we're doing it simultaneously with the Viking Saints broadcast. Already seeing in the chat people sharing their displeasures with Kirk Cousins at 8:31 a.m. Mountain Standard Time, 7:30 a.m. Pacific. So good to see everybody already in the football mood. If you've been enjoying the content we're doing here at Covers, there is a subscribe button right about here in the YouTube app. If you want to tap subscribe and follow along, we would love to have you along for all the videos that we do each and every day here on Covers YouTube, putting out a lot of good stuff that's hopefully helping everybody. A lot of familiar names in the chat. Good to see so many people continuing to come back to these release shows. Wanted to just drop a note that the Right Angle Sports release shows will conclude for football next week. The guys tend to dial back their football betting this time of year and then move on to college basketball. And so that's just a reminder that there's 3 shows left. We'll see how the 3 shows do. The pressure's on Ed and the team. 3-0 gets them to 8-6 for the football release shows. So the pressure's ramping up here after a very hot start. Things have cooled off, sitting at 5-6. So 3-0 gets them on the right side of things. We'll see how they go starting today. I want to just remind all the first timers as well. What you're watching here, a little bit different than other pick shows. We follow a release procedure because of the influence that the guys at Right Angle Sports carry with them when they make a bet like you're about to see. So what we're going to do is I will tell you to set up a bet, and that is your cue to add it to your bet slip and then wait. It's not immediately a bet as soon as it is a setup. So I'll tell you to set it up, add it to your bet slip. We'll go about 20, 30 seconds, and then I'll either say a go or I'll say cancel. And the reason we say one or the other is if there is a cancel, that means you're removing it from your bet slip. Take it off. We're not betting it. That's to keep everybody on the stream honest, because if we just gave out the pick, people would bet it right away. The line will move. Nobody's able to get the same price. If we say go, that's your cue to bet it immediately. That's why you have it in your bet slip. You click, you hear glow. There we go. We're jumbling the words. You hear go, and then you put it in your account right away. So it's going to happen really, really quickly. Lines are going to move. You're going to have to be able to get ahead of it. So set up 20 to 30 seconds, and then you will hear go or you will hear cancel. So that's how we'll do it. So we'll start with the first setup of the day. And this is a full game. This is not a first half like we've been doing. It is a full game. We are setting up game 261, 262, Seattle Seahawks, Detroit Lions, over 47.5. So again, this is a setup. 261, 262 is the game. Seattle Seahawks, Detroit Lions, full game, over 47.5. We'll give everybody here about 15 to 20 seconds to go through their sportsbook app, find 261, 262, and we'll go Seattle, Detroit, over 47.5 for the setup. $261 Seattle Seahawks, Detroit Lions, over 47.5 is a go. We are betting Seattle, Detroit, over 47.5. That is the bet for today. And again, this is a full game, not the first half. A lot has been focused on the first half the last couple of weeks. This is a full game as we start to see this move at a couple places. But the joy of doing a Sunday morning release is that this is when the market is the biggest. It's when you're able to get the most down and when we're going to see the least amount of movement on these games. And so while some places are going, you should have no issues getting it. But as always, let us know in the chat, what were you able to bet? Where were you able to find it? We're already seeing people comment that it was extremely easy. Connor found 47. So did Julio, half a point better than the release price. And we're still seeing a lot of books not moving, a lot of the regulated ones staying put at the moment. So that's good to see, a very high success rate for people able to get this, as the college games tend to move a whole lot more. But again, when the market is this big and this mature, this is when it's going to be easiest for everybody to get these prices. But it's also going to be a spot where it's a lot more difficult to win long-term, obviously. But this is a bet that I'm not going to speak for them, but I think you can kind of see the reasoning behind what's going on here if you look into it enough. A lot of people saying 47.5 as some offshores move to 48. very high success rate for this release. So that is always good to see with everybody in on the same side. And we have the poll results coming back. 92% were able to get it. So the upside and the downside of doing the Sunday morning release, it's a lot more difficult to win, but a lot more people are able to get the prices. So we see Barstool now up to 49, DraftKings Caesars up to 48.5, and other books, Chris Pinnacle up to 48.5 as well. So a little bit slow for some of these places to go, but that was the full extent of it here on a Sunday morning. So just the one for today, Seahawks Lions over 47.5. It's going to be a fun one to watch, and it's an early start too, so people will be able to get right into it. See a lot of people sweating this Saints-Vikings game. Enjoy the conclusion of this one. We'll take you right into the start of the Lions and Seahawks at 1 p.m. Eastern. And as always, we will be back with the second to last show for the Right Angle Sports release shows for football next Saturday, 10:30 a.m. Eastern time. Thanks for stopping by, everybody. Enjoy the games. We'll talk to you next Saturday.